Now, in the present scenario, we have covered a good amount of syllabus in this particular period, time period that was given earlier, and definitely you people have studied the notes. Then we have gone for the quizzes, some online and offline quizzes, inside or outside the class, which I guess has definitely helped you to understand these things in a better way. Obviously, in the last few classes, we are talking about the different type of rainfalls or precipitation, to be precise. Then, other than the precipitation, how to measure them was the another important thing that we are talking about, and mainly the rain gauges were actually discussed in the last class. So, definitely, the rain gauges are very useful in our today's context, and if you are going to get it done in the stipulated time, that how to calculate the rainfall measurements, how to get the rainfall data, then you can easily get the idea about the overall rainfall, the climate of that area, how the other related things related to the rainfall, like your agriculture, then harvesting of different crops. These things will be easier to understand. Okay. Also, the overall area will need to be calculated. Okay, the whole area need to be understood. Okay, the nature of the area, the soil type, etc., will be understood from the concept, and after that only all the things are related. As I said, in the civil engineering, you will be able to find it in a better way. Okay, so that the civil engineering projects will be completed. Okay. Now the thing is that in case of the engineering hydrology and specifically in this particular part of the rainfall, okay, what we have seen is that the rainfall amount will be varying and they will be recorded with different type of recorders. Okay, different type of recorders are the rain gauges. There are some of them are the recording types which will give you the direct values. Some of them will be non-recording types which won't give you the direct values, but instead you will need to do the calculation. Okay, so definitely the idea about the rainfall and the rain gauges are very important, and in order to connect them, that how to get the values, what are the different methods, we are going to solve one specific problem for our today's class. Okay, a very small problem, obviously that will be completed in half an hour, and obviously after that the class will be over because we have already taken so much time for this particular discussion. So without wasting much amount of time, we'll be going straight into the discussion. So I hope that you can see the screen. Obviously this thing will be shared with you later on. Okay, and before going into this particular details, I would like to ask any one of you if you have anything in your mind, like you have didn't get the note that was previously shared with your friends. Is there anything like this, students? पहला कोई जो क्लास मैंने लिया था उसका नोट तुम लोगों को नहीं मिला, ऐसा कुछ हुआ है अभी तक? सोमनाथ, सोमनाथ चैटर्जी, Somnath Chatterjee, can you listen to me? Anyone else? Swapnil? Yes, Swapnil, you are not audible. Hello. I just want to know if there is anything that I have missed till today's class.
No, sir.
Okay.
No,
So
sir. Means I had not done your all classes. I had I had completed your 15 to 16 lectures, sir, up to precipitations,
okay, but
and
after
rest I
that,
had not done, so I can't tell, sir.
okay, is there anyone? I mean, you have got the notes through the emails also. Is
Yes,
there
sir.
anything that I missed?
Notes I had gone. No, sir. Notes got, sir.
Okay, thank you. So that is what I was asking to all of you people, that if you have received any, or if you haven't received anything from my side. Okay. So without going forward, without wasting much time, we will be going for this particular discussion. Now let us start with this particular example. Okay. So definitely you are going to get an idea about how the calculations of the will be done for the rainfall. Okay. There is a table that has been provided over here. The rainfall measurements are given. Okay. So in this table, some rainfall measurements are given. Obviously, in the year 1994, the recording was done as per this particular figure. You can see, and also you can see that another thing, that there are 5 rainfall stations which are mentioned as G1, G2, G3, G4, G5, and G6. Sorry, 6 stations are there. Okay. So monthly rainfall measurements at 6 stations. Obviously, the values are given in inches. In our Indian context, the values will be given in centimeters or millimeters. But mainly, these values are given in inches for this particular problem. Okay. And the recording of 6 stations are given for all the 12 months. Okay. Now, month 1 will be your January and month 12 will be December. In this way, all the months are divided. So, what the problem says that if the June recording, that means the month number 6 is June, obviously, June recording of G5 is missing. See, in this particular table, the June recording will be your month 6, and starting from G1, G2, all 2 values given, G3 given, G4 given, then G5. This is the missing value. Okay. So this value, one missing value, you will need to calculate. Okay. So obviously there are different methods. We'll be going for the discussion on each and every method on consecutive classes. But for today's class, we'll be using one method. Well, that is the uniform weighing method, and as well as the inverse distancing weighing. Okay. So this is your given table where all the values are given for all the 6 stations. Only one value is missing. That is the G5 value. That is the fifth station's value for the month of June. Okay. You will need to calculate it. Okay. Now for the calculation, you will further need few more values. Here you can see that the coordinates of the 6 stations are given. The coordinates of the 6 stations are given, easting and northing. Okay. So these are the gauges 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different stations, and the stations are having the easting and northing value in this way. Okay. Now we will be going for the solution using these 2 methods. Okay. Uniform weighing and inverse distance weighing. Okay. So definitely with this help of these 2 methods, we'll be going for the solution. We'll start with the uniform weighing method. Now, uniform weighing method is very simple. It will be the average of all the other values that are given, okay, in the month of June. Okay. So they have estimated in such a way that if all the 6 stations are having these values. Okay, those are given already. So all these 6 stations are having this kind of values. So for the month of June, that is the 6th month of the year. So this G5 will be the average of the other 5 values. Okay, so that has been done over here. So according to the uniform weighing method, the estimated missing rainfall value is calculated as the simple arithmetic average of available measurements at the 5 other stations. Okay, so simple arithmetic average, this one, okay, of the other 5 values, that is the 10, 8.8, 6.1, 5.9, and 8.8 again. So they have done it in this way. Okay, so from there we can get it as 7.9. Okay, so the missing value as per the uniform weighing method is 7.9 inches. Okay, कोई है जिसको ये समझ में नहीं आया? सोमनाथ हलदार, सोमनाथ हलदार, अमित कुमार, रोल नंबर 15।
Yes, sir.
ये चीज समझ में आया जो पहले अभी मैंने बोला,
Yes, sir.
यूनिफॉर्म weighing method. ओके, तो शुभम शुभम शर्मा, ये समझ में आया अभी तक जो मैंने बोला?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So this is the very simple method where the missing value will be calculated with the help of the other available values for that particular month, and from there we will be going for the calculation. Okay, now in the next part we will be talking about the inverse distance weighing method. Okay, now inverse distance weighing. Okay, so here you can understand that two words are given, one is inverse and another one is distance. So you will need to inverse the distance. Okay, so distance is available from this particular table which is provided over here. This table is given for the distances. Okay, northing and easting. So these are the northing and easting value are given already. Okay, so from there you will need to calculate the distance between the individual stations. Okay, from 1 to 2, from 1 to 3, from 1 to 4, 1 to 5, and 1 to 6. Okay, in this way. Now, in the given problem, they have asked to calculate the missing value of G5. Okay, the 5th station. So, in that case, we will try to calculate the values or the distances of different other stations from the 5th station. Okay, so that is why in the when we will be going for the calculations, we have taken it as D15. So distance of station 1 and station 5. Okay, D15 means distance of station 1 and station 5. Remember, station 5 will be constant because we will need to calculate the values of the missing value of the station 5. Okay, so that is why the station 5 will be constant. So D1 to D5 is your distance. Okay, now how to get the distance? We are already having the easting value and the northing value. Okay, so it is definitely when you will be going for the trigonometrical formula, we will be able to understand that it is the distance between the easting and the distance between the northing. Okay, and root over of that one. Simple as the latitude and longitude that you have already understood in the survey. Okay, just similar to that one. So here you can see that in this particular value, so distance between 1 and 5 is easting. So these are the easting values. So 761257 minus 714,621. The first station's value minus the fifth station's value of the easting. Okay, minus of whole square. Okay, and these are the nodding values. So G1's nodding value is this one minus G5's nodding value is this one. Okay, and square of that one. So from that calculation, we can getting that the distance between these two stations are 57,538 meters. That is around 57.538 kilometers. Okay. ये जो मैंने कैलकुलेशन अभी किया ये तुम लोगों को समझ में आया है? कोई ऐसा है जिसको समझ में नहीं आया? অনিন্দ ঘোষ,
Yes, sir.
এই জায়গাটা বুঝতে পেরেছো?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anyone else who didn't understand? कोई ऐसा है क्लास में जिसको ये कैलकुलेशन अभी समझ में नहीं आया?
No, sir.
সুরজিৎ বুঝতে পেরেছো? সুরজিৎ কুমার জানা? সুরজিৎ not responding. Anyways, thank you Swapnil also for your attention. Obviously, I hope that you people have understood in this particular way that the distance between the station 1 and station 5 will be calculated with the help of the easting and nodding values that are provided in the table. So easting of 1 minus easting of 5 square plus nodding of 1 and nodding of 5, that is square also, that will give you this value. Okay, now remember I have said that the missing value is for the fifth station. Okay, so the station 5 will be constant. So from station 5, the distances of the other stations will be calculated. The distance of station 1 and 5 we have already estimated in this way. Similarly, the distances between the station 2 to station 5, this one, station 2 to station 5, this one, in this way we will calculate the rest. Okay, station 4 to 5, then station 6 to 5. Now, according to the formula in case of the inverse distance weighing method, okay, so we will do the inverse of all the distances. Okay, inverse square of all the distances. Okay, into the missing rainfall value. Okay, into the missing rainfall value. In this way, we will calculate the value of G5, which is not very difficult. If you see that formula, it is very easy. The inverse square of the distances, okay, multiplied by the inverse square of the distances into the missing rainfall data of individual values. Okay, so in this way, this value will be calculated as 8.1 inches. Okay, obviously you people may get it very difficult at the first place, but this is nothing but 1 divided by the distance square multiplied by the whole thing will multiplied by this one. So this one is your numerator, not the denominator. So this one will be your numerator. Okay, so in this way it is very easy to calculate the missing rainfall value. Okay, you'll just need to use a calculator and you get the desired value that you have got. Okay, then another formula is given, or few formulas are given obviously from the area average rainfall of point, that is arithmetic mean method, then Chisholm's polygon method. Okay, obviously these are well known and well established methods of calculation. So we'll just go for the quick discussion on these two methods. Okay, so what they have said that estimation of area average rainfall from point measurements. Okay, so while the rain gauges are provided, the rainfall are provide the rainfall measurements at individual points, it is of more interest for hydrology engineers to know the rainfall amounts over an area. Okay, so you have got the point measurements. Okay, so for the stations, they have mentioned it at the point measurements, but you have to get the idea about the specific area. Okay, which will be huge in terms of the square kilometers. So such an area can be a small drainage basin, even it may be a watershed, or it may be a large river basin. Okay, so the techniques have been proposed to estimate the area average rainfall over for the area or a region. The techniques are like your different type of calculations. Okay, some formulas will be provided. From that you will need to do the calculation. The most commonly used approaches are based on weighted averaging of rainfall measurements from the individual bits that are located within or close of the interest. So area of interest is your main concept. So like your G5 station that I mentioned, from there you have calculated the other stations in the previous problem. Here also you can see an equation where RA is equals to the summation of Wi into Ri. Okay, where I value is from 1 to n. Okay, so we will try to understand what is Ra, what is W, what is R, and what is I. Okay, so Ra is the estimate of area average rainfall. Okay, so rainfall area average. So that is why R suffix A has been named over an area of capital A of interest, where Wi is the weight assigned to each station, and R from 1 to n. Okay, Ri is from R1 to Rn are the corresponding measurements of the available at n stations within or close to the area boundaries. Okay, so the entire area is actually closed, where different small parts are given from R1, R2, R3 in this way from to up to RL. In value may be say 10. So R1, R2, R3 in this way R10 will be there, and obviously the weight of the assigned area of each station will be calculated. So obviously two common types are there for assigning the weights. One is your arithmetic mean value. In case of the arithmetic mean value, we can see that simplest method is given again. So the equation will be like your Ra equals to 1 by n into summation of Ri. Okay, where 1 by n from the previous equation, you can see that instead of Wi, they have replaced it with 1 by n. Okay, so obviously this n value will be the number of stations available over here. And there is another method that is known as the Thiessen polygon method. Thiessen polygon method. Okay, it is also commonly used for estimating the area average point because it will give you the better accuracy. Okay, at certain stations, it is estimated that based on the relative sub area within the total area of interest. Okay, obviously some graphical representation will be there. Okay, and from that graphical representation, you will get the triangle. Okay, so the obviously triangle will be bisected through, so that will form the polygon. Okay, so the area of each polygon, that is AI, is used for the calculation. Okay, so it is Ra equals to 1 by A, that is 1 by A is the total area, the capital A, into summation of AI into Ri. Okay, so AI is the area of each polygon, so number of polygons will be there. From there we can easily get it corrected, and then the rainfall value of each of the areas will be there. Okay, so obviously we will not be going for any type of numerical discussion for these two type of formulas for today's class. Obviously, those two things will be done later on. But obviously, among these two methods that have been discussed, that is the arithmetic mean and the Thesis polygon method, the Thesis polygon method will give you the better accuracy. Here also you can see in this previous problem, we have used two methods. One is the uniform weighing method and another one is the inverse distance weighing method. So the values are not matching actually, because uniform weighing method will be 7.9 inches, where we have taken just the average value, nothing else. Okay, so they are not taking the consideration about the distances. They are just considering that in case of Durgapur, say for example, the city center area and the Fuljur area are having the similar rainfall values. If we need to calculate the rainfall values of the Mamlabajar area, okay, so obviously the stations are there, so they have assumed that it is the simple average value of all the stations. But in case of the inverse distance weighing method, they have taken care of more number of factors, and from that one, what they have got, that it is actually a value which will be calculated on the basis of the distances available, and each of the area will be having the different values of distances from that station, and from there they have got the value as 8.1 inches, which is more accurate. Okay, so until this, I hope that you people have understood the discussion that has been done for our today's lecture. Obviously, the rainfall values are given. From the rainfall values, you will need to calculate the unknown values of the rainfall. Obviously, the unknown values of the rainfall in some of the cases will give you some sort of indication about the particular geometry of the area also. So in this way, you can easily get the idea about the missing rainfall values. Okay, so students, I hope you people have understood. Now about the rain gauges. Okay, obviously there are different type of rain gauges that we have already discussed in our previous few classes. Definitely in our first few classes we are talking about the simple non-recording type rain gauges, and now we have talked about recording type rain gauges. Obviously among them, the non-recording types are such that you need to go there and take the repeated calculations or the repeated readings, and the recording type will definitely give you the direct idea about the rainfall that has been taking place. Okay, so definitely this is very interesting in terms of the engineering hydrology, because from there we have understood that what is your hydrograph. Okay, in the previous class we were talking about the hydrograph. I guess you people could easily remember that one, so I'll just share that particular thing with you again. Just give me a few seconds. So obviously Simon's strain gauge was done. So this was your hydrograph. Okay, so hydrograph is nothing but your uh, graphical representation of the rainfall. Okay, the rainfall intensity in inch per hour here in this particular figure with respect to the time, and in here it is the rainfall depth in inches with respect to the time. Okay, so definitely some recording, non-recording type of rainfalls are given. So obviously you need to do the graphical representation also. Obviously, when you are going to get the different type of rainfall values for the different areas, you will need to represent them in a curve or graph, obviously, which will be very beneficial for you to get the overall idea about that particular area. And with the help of these particular values, you can easily represent that area rainfall value over the years, which will definitely give you the idea for the future development of that particular area. Okay. Now, obviously, for people who are staying in the Durgapur must be very, very worried about the fact that the rain, sorry, not the rainfall, the water is not coming to their places at regular interval as it was done before. Obviously, it is worrying sign, and when you people will be having this much of interest in this particular subject, that what is the amount of rainfall that is happening over the last few years at the different point of the city or at the different point of the different of the huge catchment area that is actually covering the Durgapur, you people will be able to understand what are the different reasons behind this particular scarcity of the water. Obviously, you can easily understand that log gates have been damaged, and as a result, the storage water were required to be emptied in such a way that the repairing work can be done. Obviously, in future, when you people will be having interest in this particular subject, you people will be able to understand how to cope up with this particular need. That is, over the last 3 to 4 days, we have seen that in Durgapur, some unprecedented scenes. Obviously, not very unprecedented because in the year 2017 also this thing happened, that the log gates were actually damaged and it was needed to be repaired. So what is actually happening over here is that you people need to be working on such a way that you can easily use the available amount of water that is you are having when the rainfall as well as the water is being stored in the during the monsoons. Okay, so definitely the people in Durgapur will be much aware about this fact that in the future there could be some sort of things like same thing could happen, that the water scarcity could be there, and also the challenging situation will come after 4 to 5 years, because there are different cities in the world around the world that we have seen that they are having the scarcity of the water, like the Bengaluru in India, or the Chennai, or the different other cities in different parts of the world like Cape Town. So these kind of cities are having the scarcity of the water. So in order to get rid of this particular problem, which is very huge problem in terms of the human civilization, or even the industry also, they are also facing this kind of challenging situations. What we can see is that the people need to work harder in order to save the water and in order to manage the available water in a better way. Obviously, we are not saying that you people won't be wasting the water. Obviously, when you need to wash your utensils or wash your clothes, some part of the water will be flowing, and we have seen that in different cities also the water is being wasted in huge amount. Okay, like the cities like Kolkata, then in the cities like Mumbai also, in few parts the water is actually easily available due to the presence of the two huge water bodies adjacent to them. Now, what is happening over here is that the people need to be aware of the usage of the water. So, with the much interest of this particular concept of rainfall, hydrograph, the basin, the catchment, the all the other aspects of the particular subject, they are also be in your syllabus. Okay, so in this syllabus, you can see that the losses due to precipitation, okay, the stream flow measurements, each of the things will be very important, and you will need to have the idea about the different type of rainfall. Okay, so definitely we'll be going for the discussion, more detailed discussion on the hydrograph, the point rainfall, the Thyssen polygon method, and another method is there that was not discussed in today's class. That is the isohydral method. So isohydrates will be there also. So I'll be discussing more about it in our Monday's class. that is scheduled from 10:30. And I hope that you people will be very, very interested in understanding this particular topic. Okay, so definitely, whenever you are studying something, that means you are going to understand a problem and you can give us a solution. Okay, so in this way, you will need to think about the subjects. Okay, so whenever you are trying to learn something new, this will give you the idea about the different aspects of the life. Okay, so in this particular case, you will try to understand the particular thing that is given in your syllabus, that is your idea about the different type of the rainfall values, the rainfall intensity at different parts, how to calculate the rainfall values. Then you will be able to get to the solution of that particular problem that you can see around yourself. Okay, so this is a very, very important thing, and I hope that in future also you will be going to understand any subject in the same way. Okay, so that should be your approach to understand this particular subject. Obviously, this is a theoretical subject where you will be able to understand the theories, then you will be able to solve the numerical problems. There is nothing practical aspect as of now in this particular syllabus. Okay, so for the time being, you can easily go through the theoretical part of this particular subject. Okay, so definitely you have understood the practicals of the fluid mechanics. They will be coming also handy when the time will be required. So I hope that with this better, with this approach of learning, you people will be able to understand the subject in a better way, so that you can get as close as the solution. Okay, and with this, I hope that you have enjoyed our today's class. Definitely, we will be meeting in our next class. So thank you everyone for joining in my class for today,
Thank you, sir.
and definitely I will be sending you the note by today evening. Okay, thank you.